Voila! Hello and welcome to the KenOhwee Channel, where we talk about toys, collectibles, cards, and more. And this week I'll be doing a Trinity series, yes, where I'll feature Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. And the first episode, we are gonna talk about none other than the DC films. DC Collectibles Armored Batman, yes! It's finally here, and we also have the Superman. Unfortunately, we don't have the Wonder Woman yet, and we'll be having the Mafex Wonder Woman for that. So, yes! This is so exciting, and without further ado, let's get straight to this figure right here. Looking at the box, clear, transparent. This is a 7-inch figure instead of 6-inch, so it's slightly bigger than your normal 6-inch figure, of course. So on the sides, you have that figure right there, and on the back, not much poses showing. Just show like armored Batman, and then number 2, it is the Superman, and that's pretty much it. And then you have the gun right there, and 2 pairs of hands. So without further ado, let's start opening Armored Batman. And this is Bruce Wayne in his armor glory out of his box, and I have to say, he is looking awesome. Now look at that. This is what I'm talking about. So instead of the cape that they use for the Mafex Armored Batman one, they are using this one. So if this was on the Mafex Armored Batman, it would have looked awesome. Look at that. It looks awesome on this figure. And there you go, looking into further details on the Armored Batman. I like how the helmet is designed. So basically, this Batman, the eyes lights up, which is amazing. And right here is where the on-off switch is, and on the back is you see that little, this is where you put batteries, and what you gotta do is just unscrew that little thing, and then you have batteries. You just put it aside and then it lights up. All you gotta do is just press this one button right here, and there you go, all lit up. Can't really see with all the light going on. I'm gonna turn it off. Voila! Yeah, you can't really see on camera, but this is relatively bright. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't really see much from that presentation, but I can assure you it does light up relatively well. So, and also, it actually, because the light's over here, you can actually see the light going through the helmet on top here. So if you're looking for below, you can't really see it, and it's all covered up. So that's pretty much it. And then all you gotta do is you just gotta press it again, turn it off, and press it again, turn it on, and wow, it's amazing. I really like this figure. I really like the fact that they included this one in the figure. It stays true to what is represented in the movie. Having said that, they sacrificed the app crunch for the purpose of putting the on-off switch on the bellies. Looking further, I like all the paint application is really done real well. There's a bit of a wash right there, and then you still got some scuffs, some scratches, not a lot. There's wire on the side of the cape, because the cape is formed in like a ring around Batman. So this is what happens. So you can just pull it right there. It's pretty stuck there, and then basically you can just pull it back and forth. I'm still glad they modeled the suit beneath the armor. There's still a little bit texture there. You got the bat crotch right there, and then you got the bat butt. Oh, look at that, the squats that he did. Oh, wonderful Affleck squats. Another problem is that they don't have toe articulation as well, which is alright actually, because the Mafex Armored Batman one, the toe articulation is the one that's causing the figure to fall so constantly, because it's starting to get loose. The shoulder pad is designed to connect with the arm, so it allows this kind of movement, 360-degree movement. So they did not do that for the Mafex Batman one, which was one of the flaws that I pointed out in my video, and I'm really glad that included this one. So plus points for this figure. Now moving on to the articulation of this hulking figure. So for the head, you can move up slightly, you can move down, you can move left and right. There's not a lot of side to side head movement, but you just got to be careful because all the electronics are in the head, so you don't want to move it up and down too much, but it still does that, so that's really great. So for the arm, it does move out that far. It goes all the way around, and ooh, the squeak, that squeak. And also it has a bicep rotation, it has a double jointed elbow, and the wrist moves 360 and does move up and down. So it does have a butterfly kind of movement. On this side of my arm is slightly loose, so I'm afraid these joints may loosen up from time to time, I'm not sure. Time will tell. Unfortunately, no ab crunch for this figure, but the waist does move side to side. It is slightly loose, but you know, it does move side to side. It does have an up and down movement, but not a lot. And for the legs, it's on a ball joint, so it does move left and right. It does not have a thigh cut or thigh swivel, but it can kick up really far. It doesn't really kick back a little because of the solid butt, but it does do the Bruce Lee side kick. And also it has a double jointed knee, and the leg moves up and down, and it does have a slight ankle pivot, not a lot, slight. It does not have a toe articulation, but that's fine because the Mafex one have it and it falls so easy. As for the accessories, as usual, it comes with the smoke gun. And yeah, so this part on the back here is really thin, so it's very flexible. So I'm pretty sure if you guys are not careful with that, if I'm not careful with that, this is gonna break. So it's unfortunate that it's so flimsy, and you know, just gotta be careful with your toys. And yeah, I really like the scale of this gun. I really like how it's designed. It's all detailed really well. There's no China sign anywhere here, so I'm really good about that. So it looks really nice. And for the hands, we have two different pair of hands. So basically we have the trigger hands, and also we have the slightly open-handed hand. Now let's have a look at the trigger hand, shall we? So we've had problems with countless of other Batmans where the trigger finger does not work. The Mafex one is just basically an open-handed one, and you gotta just jam it in. Now for this one, it's the same. So what I'm talking about is, do let me know in the comment section below if I'm doing this wrong, but you know, the only way I could see this happening with this gun is I squeeze those fingers in between the handles right there. So as you can see, they're right there, so you just gotta squeeze it in there like that. There's no way if I were to just push it in that hole there or in the trigger itself, it doesn't really work. And there are no hands to hold the kryptonite spear. If there is gonna be a kryptonite spear, I hope they're gonna include the hand to hold that. So this is pretty much Batman holding the gun. So it's not really much holding it, it's as much as just dangling with it, like floating on it. Or yeah, so if I push it any further, that's gonna affect something. So that's, I've never attempted more than that, and there's no gap in between the middle finger and the index finger for this trigger hole to go through. So there's not really much support right there. So the only way is basically just to do that, and it's basically just hanging right there. And let me know if I'm doing this wrong. See, so basically it's all loose. So Batman is unarmed now. So yeah, wonderful. Yes. Haha. That was just a scare tactic. So the other alternative would be to actually push the gun all the way through and actually have the middle finger sort of inside the trigger, and then the index finger on that hole right there. But again, there's not enough gap between the two fingers to actually, you know, to actually go through these two holes. And then what happens with this kind of thing is that at the side here it sort of bends a little bit, so I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna go with the original design. But yeah, so basically we don't have proper hands to hold the smoke gun, so I'm waiting for the day that they release a hand that actually fits, or some custom hands for these figures to actually hold the smoke gun. This smoke gun is yet to be wielded by someone deemed worthy. So apart from those hands and the guns, it also comes with a stand, where it's like a clip kind of stand. So yeah, it's a real nice stand with a real wide base. As you can see, it's clipped on to Batman, so it holds on pretty nicely, and I'm glad it worked this way. But the only thing I have is that if you put it on the side, so if you clip I'm a Batman, the only step back is that, you know, as always with figures with the cape, you're just gonna have something that's sticking out like that. So although it doesn't really look good, yeah, you know, what can you do, is because of the cape. But yeah, I wish they could do something where it's slightly smaller, where it's just like a single stand or something instead of a band like that. I understand why they did this for action poses and whatnot. You know, it's not much of a complaint. Or if they have it, then great. If not, it doesn't really bother. But if they have some sort of like just a shorter single stand, they could just cover it up nicely instead of having the cape like fully flown out like that, like, you know. Well, you just put it like that as if some wind's blowing, you know, the effect of a grand hero. But anyways, so in summary, Very nice design. I really like this Batman figure. Actually, come to think of it, the smoke gun is slightly smaller. I wish it could be a little bit bigger, just a little bit, but just like minor gripes. But the fact you can't really hold the gun, it doesn't really matter at all anyway. So this figure is really amazing. You know, I really like it. It's really fun to play with it. It is really posable. And the fact it has a light up feature, and also to point out that the light turns off after a few seconds, but you do have an option to turn it off straight away. So all you gotta do is just press the button again. So I'm really glad they included that feature inside for those who always forget to turn off their lights and everything. That's me. I'm sure that's some of you. As always, thank you guys very much for watching, for clicking the like button, and for subscribing to me and supporting me. So thank you very much again, and stay tuned for the next video. See you guys.
Another imposter. What makes you a better Batman than all of us? How about the fact that I can do this? Damn it.
Hello again. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Click the button below. No, do not click the thumbs down. Thumbs up. Yep, that's the one. Leave a comment in the comment section below. But absolutely no bullying. Got it? Anyway, also don't forget to subscribe! How am I able to fire without pulling the trigger? Huh, that's weird. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. For those who kept on watching, lots of love and hearts for you. Click here to enjoy more videos.